Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Watch Darius TV. This is a review of The Batman. I wanted to say like, comment, and subscribe to this video for more content. I want to start off by saying this was a really good Batman movie. Honestly, this was really good. I think Robert Pattinson did a lot better than I thought he would. I was really skeptical of him, of being Batman, but I think he did a really good job. Most of the acting in this movie was pretty good. Even Zoe Kravitz, she did her thing too as Batwoman, Catwoman. Really good acting. I want to start off by saying the Riddler stalking in the beginning. The Riddler stalking the mayor. I thought I thought it was the Wayne family at first. It was a good intro to start off his character with. Um, at first, I remember when they first started talking about this movie, they said it was going to take place in the '90s. I would have loved to see that, but this whole dark, um, I can't remember this dark Gotham City take place in present time. I think that's pretty cool too. I like the whole scenery of it. This movie mainly took place at night in the dark. I like that. Um, the Riddler being a serial killer, instead of like the goofy, silly guy or whatever that we saw him as usually throughout fiction. I like their change on him. I like to see how they change other future Batman villains and stuff like that. How they make them more realistic. So I thought that was pretty good. Robert Pattinson's voice, it was like I don't know. He's like he just were talking to like a low whisper type of thing. I mean, it was a lot better than Christian Bale's bad voice, which was really gruffly and talk like this. But it wasn't as cool as I thought Ben Affleck's bad voice was. I'm not sure what they did. They had some type of vocal modification thing where his voice sounded almost like a speaker. I don't know what that voice was. I love that one, but his voice did seem to match with the theme of this version of Batman, but it just he seemed just talking a really low, calm voice, but he kind of talks like that also in as Bruce Wayne too. So I thought maybe he would at least change the voice up a little bit, but I guess his Batman speaks really low. So in the beginning, also in the movie, where the gang with the painted faces when they attacking that one guy, the one black kid that was a part of the group that had half his face painted. I believe that might be the new Robin. I think I heard somewhere in the internet that he might be the new Robin. It might be later on in the series. So I like to see what happens with him. I love the score of this movie. The score was really good. I also love Batman's quote, "Fear is a tool." I like that. That was a really nice um, quotes. I also like when he said the bat signal. It's a warning. That's really cool. I never thought of anybody looking at the bat symbol as that. I loved the bat eye contact lenses he had, so we can scan stuff and record. That was really clever. Usually Batman usually has goggles, but he thought of some contact lenses that were mechanical. Smart move. Let me see. I liked it in this bad movie. They showed Batman's more detective side. That was cool. We don't usually see that often in the past movies. Some of them, but this wasn't just a superhero movie. This was more of like a detective movie, similar to like Seven or something like that. So I like that. I like superhero movies that have like a darker edge to it, make it more realistic. I'm into that completely. The Batcave in the Wayne Manor was very simple. He's still starting out, so I don't expect the Batcave to really look, more like a Batcave. It looked more like he was just like in a, I don't know, like in some type of big garage or whatever like that. So I'm guessing he's going to probably, hopefully, do more with it, with the scenery of that. Um, Let me see. This Bruce Wayne, he's more quieter, more detached, even from Alfred. He doesn't seem to be a billionaire playboy. He's a billionaire, but not really the playboy type. So I want to see if that's how he's going to continue. Bruce Wayne seems really reclusive. I want to see what more are they going to do with him. Is he going to, develop a fake kind of, smug playboy attitude so he can, separate from Batman? I don't know, because both Bruce Wayne and Batman seem like almost similar people, really brooding and talking low. So I want to see more of what they'll do with that. Let's see. I like the scene where Batman he just walks to the Penguins Club. I guess he's starting out new. Usually Batman would probably break in or be on some ninja type stuff, but he just walks in and he meets the twins, which is the two twin guys are from the Teen Wolf show. But it shows how Batman is still new to this. He basically just goes in asking to see Penguin. The real Batman would just break in, or we see him do that later on in the movie. He finally learning more of how to be a ninja and how to appear and disappear. I like that. His transformation as to how he truly becomes more Batman like instead of just knocking on the door asking to come in his suit. You know, Penguin's introduction. I love Colin Farrell's Penguin. I really like it. Um, my favorite quote when he says "Take it easy, sweetheart" when he's talking to Batman and Batman is beating up all his men. He's very charismatic. I like this Penguin. I was pretty surprised that they would have Catwoman working for Penguin's Club. I didn't really see that happening. I love her intro. Zoe Kravitz looked really nice as Catwoman. Um, Catwoman's suit, it was simple and nice. I didn't feel it was as cheesy as Halle Berry's Catwoman, but it wasn't as completely forgettable as Anne Hathaway's Catwoman was. It was her own style and it seemed interesting, subtle but still sexy and stuff like that. She was just like most Catwomen, short and skinny, beating up men twice her size with a whip, but that's Catwoman. So um, let me see. The Riddler's first card that says "I'm mad." I'm guessing that was when the first card that we see of him. I'm assuming that was a reference to the Mad Hatter. Maybe he might be a future Batman villain coming on later in the series. I also like the funeral scene where Bruce goes up to Falcone and they have a talk, and he Falcone tells him that Batman is the prince of the city. I like that. I like that he gave him that nickname. The funeral scene, the whole scene was epic. Who would have thought that the Riddler would have somebody kidnap the guy, have him drive through a funeral out of all places with a bomb? Batman has to figure out, the riddles and stuff like that, and he's not able to. Then he blows up, and then he ends up getting taken to the police station. That whole sequence was completely epic. Love that sequence. Um, I also like how Batman knows all of the Riddler's riddles. He's using his detective skills to be able to figure out the Riddler's riddles and stuff like that. So it's sort of like they are sort of one upping each other. I love that. Um, Let me see. I like Batman's hostile relationship with Gotham PD. I like the fact that he doesn't like PD, the police. The police don't like him. I like the tension that they have. It seemed like they sort of resolve issues later on at the end of the movie, but I love that kind of rivalry they both have with each other. Um, they escape from the police station. I like that when he takes flight and he was nervous, but he's able to hop off and fly through the city, but then he completely doesn't stick the landing, showing he's still new to this whole Batman thing. Good. Um, let me see. Let me see. Penguin versus Batman chase. Another one of my favorite parts of the movie. The Batmobile reveal, where it was just, revving up the engine. And I like the part even where it's a short part where Penguin takes his gun and swings his gun around and stuff like that. That whole sequence was cool. Just, I don't know much else I can say, but I thought that was really cool. Just the whole setup of it and just, it was a good season. It was really a good chase. The last actual chase I remember seeing in a movie that I really liked was probably like Inspector, wherein Bond is flying, trying to get through the villain and stuff like that. When there's anybody ever seen Spectre, you know what I'm talking about. But like I said, the chase in this movie really good, well filmed. It was nice. Then when Carmine dies, that's another one. When Carmine dies, automatically that means the Penguin is going to rise up above the ranks and he's going to be the new kingpin of Gotham City. So, I love to see that happen in the Penguin. I'm assuming Penguin's role in these Batman films, if they make a couple of them, if they make only three or maybe more, I'm assuming he's going to be like a reoccurring villain, similar to maybe like if anybody ever seen The Amazing Spider-Man. I would assume that he would be like Rhino in that movie, or he would be like a goofy villain that is going to keep reappearing that Batman has to keep dealing with. Or maybe like maybe might become somebody like Mubaku from the Black Panther movie, where he's going to be that one villain that he has to deal with. Maybe I doubt they'll work together or anything like that, but he'll be that always reoccurring villain. I'm assuming that's what he might be in these movies. I don't know, but like I said, I love Colin Farrell's Penguin. I would hope to see him more in the prequels and stuff like that. I like his whole goofy attitude. I think he was really good. Um, the Riddler trying to blow up Bruce Wayne, but ends up wounding Alfred. I never thought they would end up hurting Alfred in the movie. I didn't see that coming, but I'm happy he survived it. Of course, I know he probably wouldn't die that early. Not used to seeing Alfred getting hurt. And it's kind of worse because Bruce was just so cold to him early in the movie, saying, oh, you're not my father and stuff like that. So I'm happy that made them closer. Let me see. The Riddler revealing Bruce Wayne's his parents, their past to the public. That seemed like that started to cause more psychological pain to Bruce. He's already seemed like he's in bad mental place from being Batman and even from his parents being killed in front of him. So that shows that this Batman villain was able to really early on really attack him from a mental standpoint. That was an interesting turn of events from the character of the Riddler. Um, Batman and Catwoman fighting over them wanting to kill the guy that was on the roof. That reminded me so much of Daredevil and Elektra. But I do like to see that tension that they had. Every time. Let me see another one. The Riddler's plot did kind of remind me also to speak of Black Panther again. It kind of reminded me a little bit of Eric Killmonger because you have a low class guy from a lower class, wants revenge on this rich family and stuff that appears good, but really they have dark secrets. Kind of reminded me a little bit of Eric Killmonger's plot, but Eric Killmonger obviously wanted to help people with Wakanda, whereas the Riddler, I believe he just didn't. I forgot. I wasn't. He wanted to. I forgot Riddler's plot though, but it kind of reminded me a little bit of Eric Killmonger. But Eric Killmonger, his plot was obviously a bit different. He wanted to take stuff from Wakanda and bring it to help people in America and stuff like that. But I remember somebody said something about they thought some other reviewer said that they thought the Riddler was going to be related to Bruce Wayne in this movie. I'm happy they didn't do that because that kind of reminded me of what they tried to do, I think, in the Joker movie a couple years ago. So I'm happy they didn't do anything like that. Let me see. I'm happy they didn't try to top the Batman versus Joker interrogation scene from The Dark Knight. I'm happy they didn't do that when the Riddler and Batman are talking in the interrogation room. I'm happy they did their own thing, even though sometimes the Riddler did come off a little over the top animated, but he still did a pretty civil good job. Let me see. The Riddler succeeded in his plans and he flooded the city. I like to see villains win every now and then, so that was interesting. I wasn't expecting the Riddler to be able to flood the city. Now the city has to recover. Who would have known that that would happen in the first movie? I wonder how is it going to affect the second movie. A big villain affecting Gotham that early is pretty much a big shock. I thought that would happen maybe in like a third movie, but it was interesting seeing it happen in the first one. Then a serum that Batman uses to heal himself when he's gets back up and fights the guy that's working for the Riddler. Whatever that stuff was, it looked like something that Bane uses in the comic books to get himself stronger. That's what it looked like. I don't know what that stuff was, but it looked like that might be it. That might be a reference to Bane. I don't know. I don't know why would Batman use it, but that's what it looked like to me. Let me see. I like the scene where Batman was had the flare and he was walking through the water. That was really good cinematography, really good image. Uh, Penguin also didn't use his umbrella in this movie. Usually, Penguin is known to have an umbrella that has a gun in it. He just had a regular gun, so that made it more realistic. But to see him with an umbrella would have been probably a good touch. But let me see. Joker in the Arkham cell with Riddler. Let me see. I was hoping that the Joker would probably pop up in one of the last movies of this series because Joker is the biggest villain that Batman has to deal with. I was hoping that he would be appearing in the final, whatever they do, make him be the last villain in these Matt Reeves Batman movies. But it seemed like they want to bring him in early. I would have preferred for it to be Two Face instead in that cell, but you know that's my opinion. But I know that Joker is a villain that everybody loves, so I could see that that can bring in more audience. But speaking of Batman villains, also future villains that I would like to see. I would like to see Mister Freeze done properly, better than Arnold Schwarzenegger. He would be an interesting villain to see. Poison Ivy, I would like to see her also being done different from Uma Thurman. Um, Victor SARS, I can't pronounce his name. This is one Batman villain. He's not that popular though, but I like to see him. Anybody that knows Batman villains, you know who I'm talking about. I can't pronounce his name. SARS, I can't even pronounce it, but I would like to see him. I would also like to see a new updated Deadshot. You know, that would be interesting. I don't know if Will Smith would fit into these movies, but maybe a new updated Deadshot would be cool. A new Bane would be cool to see. Maybe even the ventriloquist. I would like to see probably see if he can be fit into the movies, not as a main villain, but you know maybe appear in Arkham Asylum someplace. I don't want to see no Harley Quinn, no Justice League. I heard that this Batman movie isn't going to be like the. He's not going to join any type of Justice League. I think that's great, perfect idea. Let him stand alone. Don't try to hurry up and rush another Justice League team. I hope not. I also like to see maybe a new Deathstroke. That would be cool, or maybe just Deathstroke in general. And also I would like to see Lady Shiv, and this is another one I can't pronounce the name. Shiva, I think she's another Batman villain. I would like to see her too. Mostly, I guess you could say more realistic Batman villains. I don't expect Clayface to be in here. I don't expect Man Bat to be in here. I don't expect Firefly to be in these movies. Those are cool Batman villains, but they don't seem like they would fit in. Even though I don't know. I mean, Mister Freeze and Poison Ivy are definitely quite unrealistic, but you know you can do something with them. I think more than those villains. But I'm also heard that they might have the Court of Owls in the second movie, in the sequel. So that would be interesting to see. I don't know much about them as Batman villains, but yeah, that would be interesting to see in a second movie. Let me give this movie a quick rating. I would give uh, the Batman 4 out of 4 stars. Like I said, I think it was good. The acting was good. The writing was good. The action was good. I don't particularly like it being 3 hours long. I think that was a little bit too much, but like I said, it was good. All the acting was good. Zoe Kravitz did good. You know, like I said, Robert Pattinson did way better than I thought he would. I I really was very skeptical of him. I really was, but he did a really good job. His Batman was intimidating. You know, I wish that he could have a different attitude when he's Bruce Wayne compared to when he's Batman. Maybe a different type. You know, they both are very brooding. So, but yeah, I thought it was pretty good, and I hope that they evolve on everything in the next sequels. I hope they make more movies of this, and I hope they get better. Yeah, that'll be it for this review. Like, comment, and subscribe for more content. And like I said, this year I'm going to be doing reviews of whatever new stuff comes out in 2022. And I'm still going to do reviews of stuff from 2020 and 2021 that I didn't get to this year. So you're going to still see those sprinkled in throughout the year. But, you know, still going to be reviews of all the new movies, TV shows, albums come out. They're all getting reviews this year. And yeah, thank you for watching my video and see you guys.